In 2025, I have a massive feeling that COB lights will be phasing out more and more for many of us creators as LED panels get more affordable and way more nimble on set. And today, I want to talk to you about why. Now, for the past 2 months, my crew and I have been putting the KNOWLED F400 LED light mat to the test on set. And if you know me, you know I won't put out a review on anything that I haven't put its paces through. And today, we bring you behind the scenes on 2 different productions in which the F400 bicolor came in clutch. Now, I personally love using LED light mats, and up until about 1.5 years ago, these weren't so affordable. You see, LED light panels used to cost $8,000 or way more, depending on its size. Now, I love using LED light mats and panels for a few key reasons. They're quick to set up, lightweight enough to rig overhead, pack a ton of power depending on their size, and their slim profile compared to your massive traditional softboxes. Now, the F400R is part of KNOWLED's lineup of 5 RGB light mats, which each vary in different sizes and outputs, so you could pick which one is perfect for your productions. The F400R comes with a rugged rolling case, a bit big, but it's expected being that this light is 4x2, so if you don't own a truck, you might want to consider the size before purchasing. Now, inside the rolling case, we have our foldable LED panel, the ballast and cables, a softbox with a bunch of different accessories like the mount, its frame, diffusion cloth, and lastly, a solid grid. Way more durable than the one that ripped on my F400 bicolor after owning it for just 2 weeks. And I could tell that KNOWLED took some constructive criticism and feedback because this grid is completely different and there's no way it's gonna fail like the previous version. Now, being that KNOWLED is Godox's higher-end lighting brand, as expected, the CRI and TLCI accuracy is there. This light is packed with different modes like CCT with the green and magenta shift, which is a must-have in 2025. I won't even consider purchasing a light if it doesn't have green or magenta shift. That's just how important as a DP that feature is to me. We also have RGBW, HSI, gel, and 14 different effect modes, which we got to play with in one of our productions. Now, another call out that I love about this light is you can adjust the power from 0.1 all the way up to 100. So you can really fine tune your exposure and the output of light coming from this. We recently shot a 3-camera interview with Formula Drift Pro driver Mike Power, and we were inside a really dark garage. And after we killed the house lights, we flew one of our F400Rs above him. This way there was a nice pool of light, lifting the levels of not only him, but his drift car behind him. Now, being that we're lighting spaces and not faces, we wanted to lift the ambient levels of the room now that the house lights were off, being that it was pitch black and you couldn't see anything past Mike. So what we did was take another F400R and outside camera left, we just, without a grid, pushed the ambient levels and raised them from the side. Now, this is the only time I've ever had to go over 20% using the F400R because it's just that bright. We'll get to that in just a bit. But by bringing those levels up, now there's some more interest into the corner that we're shooting into, and you could see a little bit more of the background, some added mood, interest. You could make out some of the vehicles behind. It just does so much, and without this 4x2 light, we wouldn't have been able to do something like this because, as you guys could see in the video, we had to sneak it in some tight spaces. And once again, if we had a massive 120, 180 softbox, it would have been hitting the car that we were trying to squeeze the C-stand through. It just wouldn't have worked. So the F400R came in absolutely clutch for lighting this scene. Now, another way in which we use this F400R was for our buddy Anthony, who is filming his drumming demo tape for a new band that he's trying out for. And what we wanted to do was just have a couple different variations, depending on the track that he was playing, of different colors, aesthetic, just playing around and having a good time. We used the different FX modes, we used the RGB color, and it really just brought some unique variety to just what could be a boring drum solo. Now, don't get me wrong, for many of you watching, this light may be expensive, coming in at $2,390, but if you want something that's not RGB but CCT, they do have the F400 bicolor that I own already, and that is less than half the price, coming in at $1,099. And for something this big and 480 watts of output, it's a really affordable price if you only saw how expensive other brands like Lightmat were just a few years ago. Now, don't get me wrong, COB lights will not be completely replaced. Whether you're using Fresnel head with barn doors, a projector, COB lights aren't going anywhere. However, I think the more and more these panels begin to develop, I feel like a lot more people are going to get on board with them just because of how versatile they are and how little of a footprint they can take up. For example, like with our drumming demo tape, we were in probably a 12 by 10 room. It was super tiny, and we wanted to have some movement in our shots. So we had to keep the floors clear of as many stands as possible. And by flying the F400R overhead, we were able to free up a lot of space. And this way we could get some really cool, unique angles. And overall, it was a lot of fun. So if you're interested in picking up the F400R, let me know in the comments below. And also let me know what your go-to light is for all of your productions. What's the one light you can't leave home without? If you want more information about this light, check out the description below. If you thought this video was useful, helpful, and interesting, please leave a thumbs up and a comment. It really helps out the channel. And until next time, I'm Jay Anthony signing off as the Automotive DP. I'll catch you on the next one.